The crystalline council chamber echoed softly as Ambassador Alana stepped onto the central platform, her measured footsteps carrying across the vaulted hall. The walls, grown rather than built, reflected light in fractured patterns that shimmered across the assembled delegates. At her back stood Commander Abraham, rigid at attention. His uniform was immaculate, but the tension in his jaw betrayed a fury barely contained. From an elevated dais, the Zenthran envoy observed them with clear amusement. Vexther's towering insectoid frame shifted as his mandibles clicked in open derision. So, he rasped, his translator humming, the humans wish to speak. How charming. A ripple of low laughter moved through several non-human representatives. Vexther continued without restraint. Our forces conducted a routine extraction on an unguarded colony. Resources were secured. Population assets were reclaimed. This has always been the way of the stars. Alana's gaze swept across the chamber, her emerald eyes sharp and unblinking. When she spoke, her tone was disturbingly calm. You attacked a human settlement, she said evenly. You abducted 847 colonists. Of those, 312 were children. The word children echoed unnaturally loud. Vexther's antennae twitched. Immature specimens, he replied dismissively. They will become productive labor units in time. Your council laws forbid no such action. Hurt them, Alana interrupted quietly. The translation matrix hesitated, struggling to convey the weight beneath her voice. You caused pain. You made them scream. You tore them from their families. Commander Abraham stepped forward and placed a compact holographic emitter onto the podium. With a flick of his wrist, images sprang to life above the chamber. Security footage from the colony filled the air, parents fleeing through smoke-filled streets, children crying as stun fire crackled around them. Zenthran soldiers laughed while subduing civilians barely old enough to walk. The room shifted. Even among species accustomed to conquest, something about the images felt wrong. Humanity, Alana continued, has been patient since entering this council. We honored your treaties. We respected your borders. We restrained ourselves. A Calarian delegate, a being composed of pulsing energy, flickered anxiously. Ambassador, surely compensation. There is no compensation, Abraham growled. Vexther emitted a grinding laugh. And what exactly do you believe this changes? Alana met his gaze. Everything. Vexther leaned forward, his voice buzzing with mockery. The Zenthran Empire has subjugated 47 star systems. Our fleets eclipse suns. What could a newly arrived species possibly threaten us with? We attempted diplomacy, Alana replied softly. We hoped you would never force this conversation. She turned slightly, addressing the chamber at large. Did any of you question why humanity's admission into this council took so long? Why our borders were generous? Why older powers kept their distance? Silence answered her. It wasn't charity, she continued. It was caution. Abraham activated another sequence of holograms. This time, the images showed Earth's past, wars that scorched continents, cities reduced to ash, weapons capable of ending civilizations. The delegates watched, unsettled, as humanity's history unfolded. But that isn't what frightened them, Alana said. The imagery shifted again, parents shielding children, civilians standing against overwhelming force, entire nations mobilized not for conquest, but protection. Every species has a defining instinct, she explained. Some preserve knowledge. Some protect the collective. Humans. Abraham finished the sentence. We defend our young. Absolutely. Relentlessly. Vexther's antennae twitched. Empty posturing. Alana shook her head. No. Preparation. The chamber's main display activated without warning. Gasps rippled through the council as live feeds appeared from Zenthran space. Human warships emerged from hyperspace around every major imperial world. Not dozens, thousands. A Selthran counselor pulsed violently. Those ships, dreadnought class. Impossible. We've been constructing them for generations, Abraham said calmly. Every colony, every shipyard. We called it Project Guardian. Alana's expression remained composed, though her eyes burned. We are not the strongest species. We are not the most ancient. But we remember. She leaned forward. And we do not forgive those who harm our children. On screen, Zenthran defense fleets scrambled in panic. Their formations broke under the precision of human deployments. You have 12 hours, Alana stated flatly. Return every abducted colonist. Alive. Unharmed. And if we refuse? Vexter asked, his confidence faltering. Abraham's reply was cold. Then we stop pretending to be civilized. You cannot be serious, Vexter shrieked. The council will intervene. Alana turned slowly toward the assembled delegates. Will you? No one spoke. Every species here, she continued, knows their own records. You know what happens to those who target human children. She gestured, and the holograms shifted again, archives of vanished empires, erased from history after similar transgressions. The Dravixians, she said quietly. Does anyone remember them? The silence grew heavy. They are gone because they made the same mistake, Alana continued. And when the truth emerged, this council stood aside. Vexter's bravado shattered. This is extinction. No, Abraham replied. This is consequence. He tapped the display, revealing detailed schematics of Zenthran infrastructure, homeworld population centers, hidden bunkers, supply routes. We know where everything is. Including your ruling caste. The timer appeared. 11 hours and 59 minutes. You made us choose, Alana said. Between diplomacy and parenthood. Her voice hardened. Parents always choose their children. Vexter scanned the chamber desperately, seeking support. None came. The elder species avoided his gaze. They had already calculated the outcome. 10 hours, Abraham said quietly. As Alana and Abraham turned to leave, the ambassador paused for a single breath. Her hand trembled before tightening into resolve. The children? She asked softly. Already en route to medical facilities, Abraham replied. They'll be home soon. Behind them, Vexter screamed orders into his comms, his empire collapsing under the weight of its arrogance. Humanity had tried to change. Tried to evolve. Tried to be peaceful among the stars. But some instincts never disappear. There is nothing more dangerous than a parent protecting their child. And the galaxy was about to remember that lesson. The countdown continued as Zenthran transports filled the void, racing toward the designated coordinates. One by one, human colonists were released. Children were reunited with families under the watchful presence of human medical crews. The final transport arrived with minutes to spare. Alana observed the feed silently. Only when confirmation was absolute did she allow herself to exhale. They complied, Abraham said. They learned, she replied. Across the council chamber, messages spread faster than hyperspace. Worlds took notice. Empires recalculated. Humanity's reputation shifted overnight, not as conquerors, but as something far more terrifying. Protectors. Later, alone in her quarters, Alana stared out at the stars. Humanity had wanted peace. It still did. But peace, she knew, was not the absence of strength, it was the presence of consequence. The Zenthran Empire would survive. Changed. Humbled. And no one in the galaxy would ever again dismiss a human settlement as undefended. Because now they understood the truth. Humanity did not seek war. But if you touched their children, they would bring one to you.